Aries-Cancer relationships. And a lot of astrologers will tell you, no, Aries and Cancer, they cannot get well together, no chance, because in astrology, you know, especially in modern astrology, they say that when signs are at 90 degrees from each other, just like Aries is from Cancer, 90 degrees from each other, or 180 degrees from each other, they cannot get well together, and it's really bad combination, but it's not at all. Actually, signs which are at 90 degrees from each other or 180 degrees or opposite each other, these are signs that will stimulate each other the most to grow, because they are those cardinal points, so they trigger a lot of the relationship between such people will bring most growth in someone's life. And always when there is fastest growth, there is usually friction, and fastest growth happens usually through more friction and through more, how do I say that? This fast stimulation happens because there is more resistance and there is more tension between them, but this is the only reason why they grow so much together when cardinal signs or signs which are at 90 degrees or 180 degrees progress so much in life together. And it's not the easiest. A lot of progress means a lot of resistance, you know. Fast progress means a lot of like shock therapy a little bit, but you'd probably notice often that a lot of Aries and Cancers, or Aries and Capricorns, or Aries and Libras, or, you know, all those four cardinal signs. But now we're talking about Aries and Cancer. And you'll notice that a lot of Aries and Cancers are very often into each other's life, because they do this a lot of growth to each other. They push each other for a lot of growth. All my best friends are Cancers or Capricorns, but it's like because of this more difficult angle through which those signs meet each other, they create the friction and the growth. And you'd often find that such people you attract them as friendship, as lovers, as children, you know, in any possible way, because they help you push through, you know. And of course they're quite different. That's why this growth happens. But in what way do they affect each other? Well, let's see. If you're Aries, or especially if you're Aries ascendant, to know your ascendant sign, you need to know your time of birth. So go to my birth chart calculator at astrolada.com. There is a connection, a link below this video, which takes you straight to the birth chart calculator, and enter your time and place of birth, and you will see what your ascendant is. There will be a table, and then there will be a chart, and underneath this chart there is a little table which says ascendant. It's like abbreviated ASC. And just look what sign stays opposite it, you know, what sign is indicated as your ascendant. And if it happens to be Aries, or if your sun is in Aries, but the sun is always less of an influence when it comes to relationships. So if you're ascendant Aries or sun in Aries, then Cancers will trigger. Someone who is Cancer, it means their sun is in Cancer, and they're born from 24th, 23rd of June, every year it's different, to about the 22nd, 23rd of July. There will be sun in Aries. The sun stays in Aries for 30 days. So if you are Aries, ascendant or sun, then a Cancer will be triggering your fourth house from the ascendant, the fourth sign from the ascendant or from the sun. And the fourth house is the house of homemaking, is the house of the home, the housewife, the mother, the property. That's why I've put on this, you know, to indicate, because I'm Aries, and this is how Cancers affect me. So I've put this, you know, little homey thing for cooking. But Aries, Cancers will stimulate the desire for settling down for Aries. Fourth house is the house of family, putting roots, buying property. You know, maybe, for instance, my best friend is Cancer, and she's bought a wonderful home. She's decorated in a fantastic way, and she inspires in me such desires, hopefully in a positive way, not in a negative, not like through envy, and the desire for me to have my own property, for me to buy my own, you know, place of living, you know. It's one way of expressing itself. If you're Aries ascendant or sun and you meet a man or a woman who has Cancer, they would trigger your desire to spend more time at home, because fourth house is home, to spend more time in more private area when you're just the two of you, when you're within family. Also, it will inspire your desire to create a family, starting a family is fourth house, extending your family, to settle down, to have roots. So Cancers have this actually this calming influence on Aries, I would say, yes. Or even if if it stimulates them or rubs them in the wrong way, it's because Cancer puts those impulses into Aries to put roots, to settle down, which is something which is not very typical for Aries, so it can feel sometimes unsettling at the beginning. And Cancer, this is also a great combination, Cancer and Aries, between parent and a child, because the Cancer person can often mother the Aries person, all my Cancer best friends, and I have two of them, they tend to be the ones who are overprotective, caring over me, and who consider me as the child, so to speak. I almost regard them as the mother there, or as the more mature person. Or they can instill in you, a Cancer can instill in Aries ascendant or sun person, their mother instincts within themselves. They can awaken this. For instance, your Aries sun or moon, Aries sun or ascendant, and this Cancer woman or man comes into your life, relationship-wise, for instance, and they make you want to have children. They make you want to become a parent. They make you want to buy property. They can help you buy property, for instance. Or if your ascendant is Aries, and you meet a Cancer person, he can be a great estate agent for you, to help you start your own home, or buy your own property as well. And it's great combination actually for marriage, because the Aries person will be very much inspired to have family with with the Cancer person. Not always. It's never 100%. It's always 60-70% when it comes to astrology, but they will activate those fourth house things in you. If you are Aries, the Cancer will do it. And the fourth house is the house of emotional, how do I say, attachment. So you can get quite attached, and you can form quite strong bonds with Cancers. If often Aries are not so easily attached people, like they do not put so deep roots and emotional affiliations with others. They don't grow so easily. But the Cancer person will stimulate this in you and will bring this out in you, this depth and this emotional depth that Aries usually doesn't have it. So the Cancer person will help you discover such depth within yourself, Yes, and they can help you work on your emotional balance, on balancing yourself emotionally in some way, on building your emotional foundation. So they have quite a positive influence on you. And what about if you're a Cancer ascendant or sun? Then the Aries person triggers your 10th house. And the 10th sign from the ascendant or from the sun. And the 10th sign is the opposite. It's like career. So for a Cancer person, the Aries person will stimulate them to achieve more, to be more visible. Maybe the Aries person, if you're a Cancer, an Aries person can help you find your career, can help you, inspire you about achieving more, can help you climb the ladder, the social ladder as well. If you're Cancer, you're marrying someone, if you're Cancer ascendant, if you're marrying someone who is Aries, he can achieve very high status, and through him or through her, you can as well be known and visible, and or they can make you more ambitious. If you're Cancer and Aries, stimulating a 10th house of ambition and achievements will actually can help you start your career, can help you grow more business. It's great if you want, if you're a Cancer and you want to find someone to run your business, find an Aries. Or if you're quite lacking confidence in your Cancer ascendant or Cancer sun, an Aries person will really excite you about starting something, becoming visible, starting your career, getting out into the world and achieving things, getting active and doing things. And 10th house is also the house of the father, another paternal. Fourth house, the Aries, the Cancer affects Aries like a maternal figure, while the Aries affects Cancer like a paternal figure. And the paternal figure is the one normally in society which which is the ambitious one, which gives the drive, which gives the high ideal. So for Cancer ascendant people, Aries can bring them a very high ideals and high aim. In the material sense, they can make a Cancer, Aries person can make a Cancer aim much more further ahead in life, much more higher ahead in life, and reach such heights. Or they can make a Cancer person have more ideals, more evolved and higher understanding about life generally. Or an Aries person can be bossing a Cancer too much or trying to, push them to do things. So sometimes this is where the friction comes, because 10th house is the boss, is the father figure, is the patriarch. So the Aries person trying to tell the Cancer what to do, it can create the friction. And the Cancer person trying to be the mother of the Aries person, you see how a bit of complex paternal energy and paternal and maternal influences are happening between the two signs. But in a way that they really can push each other. The Cancer can help Aries settle down and look deeper within themselves and look for emotional and inner happiness and put roots and property and all of this kind of stuff, while the Aries can help the Cancer person, the Cancer ascendant is usually stronger, but the Cancer sun person reach higher, even if it does it in a way that they do not approve, even if the Aries is all the time nagging at the Cancer or telling them, or being, or Cancer is all the time nagging at the Aries, telling them, look, you're so responsible, you're always here and there, you're not putting roots. They can do it in a negative way or in a positive way, but they'll help each other develop those areas of their life. So Cancer will help the Aries become more the housewife, more the settled down person, while more the emotionally deeper person, while Aries will help Cancers become more driven, more ambitious, maybe help them reach higher status in society, introduce them to people, maybe help them find jobs or careers, maybe give them inspiration, or maybe push them the hard way by insulting them or by telling them something which hurts the Cancer person or inspires them, and they start taking more actions into the world to be visible, to achieve their their high aspirations. So thank you so much, Cancers and Aries, ascendants or sun, and please write to me, do you agree with this?